What's up, everybody? Tito Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Oh, yeah. And Dr. Roto. Man, this has been a wild August. Man, from everything getting ready, the fantasy football expo going on to right now, what's going on. So I wanted to catch everybody up right now. If you haven't been to Dr. Roto, you don't really have to go to Dr. Roto because we are actually on other sites right now. So if you looked at it, let's get razzled. Yeah, you want to get razzled? Let's razzle it up. Yeah. So we've been on RT Sports with the parlays all season with Lou and Trevor both putting in work there. And by the way, Lou, great job filling in for Doc this weekend. Both shows were great. Sorry I couldn't call in and break the airwaves like I always do, but I was just busy and on the road. Anyway, great job. And it was good to see and hear you on that format. Bang to the waves, brother. Yeah. So that being said, we also have just announced our deal with Razzball and 1 week season. Both sites look great. And if you're familiar with Razzball and a lot of the baseball content they have, they're going to be offering a lot of other stuff. So we're just going to be on there and you can check us out there. And of course, you're going to want to get Dr. Roto's. You got to come to our website and subscribe because the code word doc will help you with that. Save a little bit of money. The money we have going in just from the betting articles alone. And right now, I see just people flooding in. So Sundays are going to be wild. You're going to have to get in there with your start sit questions for your seasonal teams. And then we roll it over to DFS. We talk DFS the whole time. You get so many different angles, everything from the cheat sheets this year to I'm going to be adding an IDP betting article this year, which of course the first few weeks, you'll still be getting the Heatastic MLB bet of the day on Friday as well. So you're going to getting a lot of bets from me during the first start of football season. At that same time, you're going to be seeing a lot of this going on at the other sites. So you're going to want to check that out and make sure you make it there. Because if you go to RT Sports and you deposit and use code word doc as your thing, you get a 100 bonus deposit match, which means you throw down 100, you got $200 to play with. The contests are a lot smaller. I'm telling you, you will really like. I love playing on there. I have so much on my plate right now. I can't always get there, but I still have money on the balance. I need to just get over there. So why not do it? Yeah, right? Might have to go do it right now because I won't remember tomorrow. So that being said, you see all this going on. One group I wanted to bring up is the Get Right Fantasy group. So I've done a couple of podcasts where I've talked about them because I've been really trying to take you all on this journey as I go through this mock draft tournament. So I just on Friday had another live, and they did it all live on their website at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you could go to their YouTube and watch it. But I was drafting live, and the guy was giving in his thoughts. It was just really cool to hear. Actually, what was really neat was that Rasta was on there, and the other guy came to the fantasy football expo, and we just never got to meet up because there's so many people. Yes, we talked to the same people, but we were just never in the same place at the same time. And that's how much fun that fantasy football expo is, and that's what happens at the expo. You don't really get a lot of time to catch up, but you really just get to say hi and what's up and really put a face to the name on the other side of the phone line. Yeah, if that's your plug, Sirius XM. Dig it? Bring the pain and the satellite radio. Yeah. Woo. All right. Well, let me just roll out who are. So this right here is my one of my teams. So this will be the first team that got me into. So this was Tuesday last week. This team right here is the team I drafted to get into the Friday Night Live, right? Which hasn't been determined yet at all. So I'm really hoping I can get to the live finals because the live finals is the chance the first place guy gets that $50. So this is another chance, and then I get one more chance after this. But that being said, so with this team right here, I'll just tell you right now, I was picking 6 overall, and this was snake draft. So my first pick was Bijan Robinson. Now, of course, this league right here was going to be a full point PPR. So for me to get the players that I needed, also the team structure was 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. So that being said, so I got Bijan, came back around, got Josh Allen. Then in the 3rd round, I got DJ Moore, So the guy was kind of like, okay, he got Bijan, he got Josh Allen. But for me, why I was taking that was because it's hard to pass up a predicted 380 points. I'm also going to say this: anybody that's been a Josh Allen owner, I don't really care if you own anybody else. This is my record. I've won 2 first place championships, a third place championship, and a fourth place championship in one league. One league that I have Josh Allen in. I've not paid for that league in over 5 years. I've profited every single year, and I'm going into this year free of charge again, right? And in a better draft position too, because I finished third. I didn't have to wait to the end of the draft. So that being said, when you're seeing this all go down again, and you're seeing how what's going on with these drafts, it really is where you pick, because if you pick at this place, you need to follow some of these models, because this will be the team that you get. And sometimes you have to take a chance. So to take a chance with Bijan Robinson and Josh Allen as my first 2 picks is definitely my way. Now, DJ Moore, third round, came back around. Stephon Diggs. Now you know why I'm getting this is a full point PPR, right? So then 4th round, of course, Stephon Diggs. 5th round, Amari Cooper. Now you see what I'm doing. 6th round. So the 6th round, I go Terry McLaurin. I literally went 4 straight wide receivers. And that blew their mind because they're all PPR monsters. And then I came back in the 7th round with Najee Harris, which would be good news if this team was to play. Would be good news right now at the start of the season with Samuel. And he might be a little slow to start. You might see a little more Cordero Patterson like we saw yesterday. And believe me, that's what Smith is going to do with him. So Warren may be a bust because he's going to lose some of those catches, and so will Najee to that. But at any point, any of these injuries go down, Najee's still the bell cow. Trust him in Pittsburgh. My 8th overall pick was Brock Bowers. So I was able to pull Najee and Brock on that turn. Right after that, I went Austin Eckler, and then my guy Cortland Sutton, Tyler Algier. I went Cade Otton, Jerry Jeudy. That team right there got me the bid to the next round. So I want to say thank you to the Get Right Fantasy for allowing me to compete in another live final on Friday. So let's get to that final. This right here has not been graded. They have not did this one yet. So I do not know if I made it to the top 3 or if I'm drafting Monday again at 9:30 for what could be my last draft for this whole thing. Regardless, whatever I hope I did I did really good because I actually had the 2nd overall pick. So this one again, full PPR, 2nd overall pick. This crew was straight solid. So right from the go, 2nd overall pick, bang, Tyreek Hill. Now, what did I say? What did I pull? What was my recipe? It was Josh Allen in the 2nd round. Guess what? Josh Allen in the 2nd round. Bam. When I came back around, I got Isaiah Pacheco as well. Now, mind you, everybody's gone. Gibbs is gone. Etienne is gone. So Kyron is still out there. But I went, and so is Derrick Henry. But I went Isaiah Pacheco because I like the way the Chiefs, and if you listen to any of the Bring the Pain and the Ultra Contrarian shows last year and all through the playoffs, you know that I was a huge Pacheco fan and that he scored us a lot of money and won us a lot of bets. Yeah, right? So that's what we did. When it came back around, I really wanted Kenneth Walker. I didn't think he would fall to me, but I was fine with Kenneth Walker or Alvin Kamara at this point. All right, so I took Alvin Kamara. Now, of course, this is Josh Allen, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill, and then I go Calvin Ridley on the wrap. So again, this team right here is the 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, tight end, and wide receiver flex. Well, just normal flex. Just lose out of it. Just flip it between screens. So bang. So I got that. So I come up to me and I'm like, right now, this is where Chris Godwin, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Keenan Allen, Dalton Kincaid are all going. So then I'm faced with either Najee, who was kind of like my little colleague, got me here, right? Najee, Zamir White, or DeAndre Swift. I went Najee again. And on the comeback, I hit George Kittle. Boom. And I'm not a Kittle fan, But the fact that I was able to pull Kittle at that point and then do a little something different, because believe me, I could have just took Ingram right there, right? So bang, Kittle, bang, they done. So then it goes through all this. So Stroud finally goes, Evan Ingram goes, Pitts goes, Ferguson goes, wraps around Addison, Keon Coleman's going, Brian Thomas right now, Hollywood Brown, Jonathan Brooks, DeAndre Hopkins goes, and then bam, it finally gets to me. Cortland Sutton. Yep, I'm going to get that work, right? Came right back around Khalil Shakir to match with my Josh Allen. Because I'm going to tell you what, only the real people know about that Shaq, man. Yeah, right? So then I waited again. I came back around. All the picks were made. This is where I went my injury kind of like late season bust. Again, I always draft, regardless if it's a mock draft and you're best available. I don't care if you're best available. I'm drafting to say that this team would win a championship or would have a chance to win a championship. I took Nick Chubb and I took TJ Hawkinson. So now I could start Kittle and Hawkinson seriously in this on the same week if they have a great matchup in that. But man, the fact that I have those, remember, in leagues that are trading, you can trade and you have somebody like Kittle and Hawkinson. You could easily maybe move Hawkinson. You could even move Kittle by the time you feel confident with Hawkinson enough. You can move Kittle for maybe a third round for next year's draft or a second round if somebody's really desperate. Never know. That's where those extra quarterbacks come into play. That's why last year drafting DeAndre Swift as my third running back was so key, because I was able to trade him for Jonathan Taylor to the Jonathan Taylor owner who kept Jonathan Taylor because he needed to win now. He was 1-2. When he made that trade, he was 1-1. When he made that trade, he became 2-1. So he was definitely on his way. Jonathan Taylor came back and eventually got injured, but he was definitely a big part to my team making third place in that league. But sometimes people go, you shouldn't draft players to trade. Sometimes I think you should. I think you should. If you want to call me out on that, you know where to find me, drroto.com, because I will bring the pain to you for saying, even thinking that you shouldn't be able to trade. Now, if your league don't trade, well, then don't be drafting these people. It's simple sauce. That's what we do. Yeah. So at the final end, when I came back around to the last things, I took my backup quarterback, Justin Herbert, and I came right around with Xavier Legette. That was my team. That's the team I got in right now. I don't know if this is a top 3 team, but what I do know about this team is that in a PPR like this and having the ability and the star power of Josh Allen, this gives me a huge edge because I'm going to be able to get the rushing touchdowns with Pacheco and Kamara, but I'll also get the PPR with Kamara, as I will with Tyreek Hill, having an explosive player. Because right now, a lot of people are on the fence with CeeDee Lamb and all those other people, and then, Chase and the contracts, talks going on. So people are scared right now. But for me, Tyreek's the only one that was safe and just seems to be that explosive player. Again, I like Tyreek. It's hard to find those players that can really score you 30, 40 points in a week. He does that once or twice in a season. It was definitely worth the second overall pick. Oh, yeah. He can get hurt. It doesn't matter. But they even come back with Ridley, then get the bell cow with Najee Harris, then Kittle, then get the receptions with Khalil Shakir and Cortland Sutton. And then to bring in, yes, maybe receivers are kind of weak for me, even though you got Hill, Ridley, which I don't think I'm weak at all with Hill and Ridley. But when you say it's a three receiver league. So really Khalil Shakir, Cortland Sutton, and Xavier Legette would be the ones battling. But when a healthy TJ Hawkinson came, then Hawkinson and Kittle might be the player. I brought Hawkinson in. So you see what I'm doing. You see what I did with this team. I will definitely be able to tell you all the results when I go live on Tuesday. Of course, remember, next week there might not be as many podcasts for Bring the Pain because I do have a karate tournament. It is in Erie, and I have my huge league, that third place team I was talking about with Josh Allen as my keeper. That's immediately after that tournament. And then I got my lifetime 1994 McDonald's League on Sunday night. So I really don't have a lot of time this weekend. So tune in, go check out some of my older episodes, some of my newer episodes, discovering music, doing Bring the Music and everything like that. But one thing you do want to get to is get to drroto.com, get to rtsports.com, get the Razzball, get the 1 week season. Make sure you're getting to these places and getting as much information as you can, because the more information you have, the better you will be this fantasy football season. Oh, yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Always remember to bring the drafts Thanks again, Get Right Fantasy, for allowing me to be part of this journey. Yeah.